Well, Chris, from the game in Norman, Oklahoma, we're going to move on to our next game. We have Duke taking on Illinois. This game is very interesting. I've been kind of looking at this matchup all week so far, and as we get close to Saturday, can't wait for this matchup to take place. Illinois comes in as a 2.5 point favorite to win the ball game, Chris, and the over under is at 49.5. So they're definitely looking at this being a high octane matchup between both of these teams. A lot of offenses should be coming into play. Yes, two great QBs, of course. Yeah, I can't wait to see what Darian Menza does this week against a quality team in Illinois. I mean, Darian Menza, this guy was a pretty top rated transfer portal guy. I think a lot of teams would have loved what he brought to the table after leaving Tulane. Now he's at Duke under Manny Diaz, and I think Manny Diaz has a baller at Duke right now, Chris. So
he's got his Pavia.
Yeah, he definitely does. Who doesn't want to have more Diego Pavias in college football? I know I do.
but yeah, no, Mensa's nice, man. We saw what he did at Tulane, and he looks to keep that rolling here at Duke. And we know all about Luke Altmaier. We've seen him, as a youngin in high school in Mississippi at Starkville, and went on to Ole Miss. Now was at Illinois, and he's doing his thing there as a senior QB, senior leader. So it's going to be a fun matchup. The fact that the spread is that close tells you all you need to know about this game. Vegas thinks Duke is legit, has a really good chance of getting the win. And I understand why. So, Men's is the real deal. It's not like Illinois. They have good players, but they don't have a bunch of blue chip guys. They're not like a highly touted roster. It's a well-coached team that's bought into a system with some nice players on the team, but it's not a bunch of blue chippers across the board. So I feel like the talent level on both teams is pretty even in this matchup, Kory. Where I think the X factor is, honestly Luke. It's Altmaier. I think being recognized as one of the top 12 QBs in the nation, and everything that's on the line for Illinois this season everything's built up to this season. They're all in this season, and I think they need it. And if you have aspirations and hopes of winning the Big Ten, you have to win games like this. And so I'm going to give the nod to Illinois in a game that will be a fun, high-scoring affair, and it will be close. It'll be just like Vegas is predicting, it will be a close game. I'm going to give the edge to Illinois 38-35. I think this will be another one that goes down to the wire. Both QBs will be electric, but the Fighting Illini live to fight another day and get the win.
That's an interesting take. I like that, Chris. I think this game could come down to the wire. I think Luke Altmaier in Illinois, they're building something this year. They're trying to showcase that they can hang. I think that this year it's there for them to become the Indiana of the 2025 season. So I think this game is going to be close, but in the end, Bret Bielema, he's definitely going to have these guys ready to play, and I think they're going to find ways to win the ball game. Just because, look, we've seen Bret Bielema over the years, of course, what he's done at Wisconsin. Sometimes what he did at Arkansas, before the wheels fell off.
Ask Ole Miss about him at Arkansas.
know, man. They don't even want to talk about. You ask them anything about Collins or Hunter Henry, they don't want to know. They don't want to talk about that play.
I wouldn't either.
Just YouTube that, folks. Just Google it. Literally, if you haven't seen it, still crazy.
Oh.
But but yeah. It's kind of hard to count out a guy like Bret Bielema. I think overall, Chris, you're definitely right. Illinois is probably going to be late game, probably near the fourth, maybe even the third. They're going to find ways to squeak out of this game with a victory. It's not going to be easy for them, just because I think Duke is a really good football team, and I think Manny Diaz. We've seen him at Mississippi State and at times at Miami, Chris. Like, Manny Diaz, he will dial up some blitzes.
Manny Diaz, his trajectory to where he is as a coach now, man, he's grown so much. I think we have to give him his flowers. He was, we saw him at Mississippi State, and he was a good coach, but he did have his flaws. But the man he's made his moves and has grown as a coach, and he coaches really good defenses. He has definitely progressed as a coach in the game. So credit to him. This would be big for Manny. Big, because this is year one, Kory, for him.
That's a good question. I thought he was there last year, but I would have to.
Year two. It might be year two. You're right.
Yeah,
I think you're right. Because this is early on in his tenure there, though. So if you can get a win, I guess top 15 team like Illinois early on in your coaching tenure at Duke, of all stops, we're cooking. We're cooking.
Yeah. Yes, we are. And that is indeed this year is definitely his second year with the Duke Blue Devils. So yeah, I mean we've seen Manny Diaz throughout the years. He's had 2 stints at Mississippi State, and both of those times that he was there, he was amazing as a defensive coordinator. I think he has a lot to prove, Chris, and we're definitely going to see it on Saturday on what he can definitely do. I mean, this is a big test for Manny Diaz and the Duke Blue Devils. I think if they can come out strong and make this a game, hey, I think that'll be great if you're a Duke fan. But hey, if they win this game, my gosh, we're talking about 2-0. At Duke in the ACC, it's gonna be very interesting in that league, Chris.
Yeah, man, it will be. The league is, we have the big dogs sitting at the top with Clemson and Miami. And Florida State has inserted themselves in the conversation. Then you'll mess around and you got the SMUs, the Louisvilles, the Georgia Techs, and then the Dukes of the world in the conversation too. Oh boy, hey, the ACC all of a sudden is low-key stacked at that point.
Yeah, we gotta hand it off to them at that point. The ACC they cooking over there. they already took down Goliath, known as Alabama. If Duke does this, man, they're off to the races.
Yeah, exactly. So hey, it'll be fun, but I think we both think Illinois will get out of this game with the win. Won't be easy, but they should get the win.
Yeah, I agree with you. If I had to put a score on it, Chris, I'm going to go ahead and say Illinois wins this ball game, probably 34-31. Late game field goal wins them the ball game, and hey, if that happens, Duke has nothing to hang their head over. In that will be a really hard fought game that would showcase that Manny Diaz is not playing. and Duke, nor the ACC. And I think people would definitely need to, proceed with caution. Yeah, as the one Naomi would say in WWE. Shout out to Naomi.
Yeah. And shout out to Naomi. Yeah, for sure. Now, definitely proceed with caution going up against teams like Duke, like your Louisville's, your Georgia Techs. Be on red alert when you go up against those teams in the ACC, because they can sneak up and get you.
Yeah. I definitely agree with you, man. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens, Chris. I can't wait to watch this ball game. It's not the sexiest matchup, probably in the eyes to the average college football consumer. But if you're a nerd like us, you're really looking at this game and you're analyzing it from all different angles. And yeah, I think this should be a fun one. And I think it's an early game. Early in the day. Yeah, 11 a.m. kickoff. So yeah, this will we will be right
set the tone
into
tone setup.
Yeah, tone setup for week 2. So I can't wait, man. This should definitely be a fun one.
Me too. I'm ready. So let's get to 11 a.m. Saturday.
Exactly. Let's go ahead and right. Go ahead and hit the fast forward button.